And it's a good day for shining your shoes, and it's a good day for losing the blues. Everything to gain and nothing to lose, 'cause it's a good day from morning till night.
Hi, I'm Holly Foster Wells, Peggy Lee's granddaughter, and you are looking at a beautiful gown that my grandmother designed herself. And she designed this in the 80s. And when she liked a design, she designed several in multiple colors. This one is a taupe beaded gown. And although she employed a full-time seamstress who sewed all of her designs, this gown actually was built by someone else, because you can tell by this incredible beading. When my grandmother first got started in the business, she was very young. She didn't have a lot of money. She had to borrow dresses from friends, from local people in town in North Dakota. So as she got older and more successful, she was able to really create the look she wanted, not the look she had to borrow. And in fact, she had wonderful designers throughout her career, but as she evolved, she started designing her own gowns because she knew her body, she knew what looked good on her, and so she created them. She had her full-time seamstress sewing gowns, and she also had other people that would manufacture, like this gown, the beading that's beyond what her seamstress was able to do. But fashion was very important to her. In fact, I will tell you, she never left the house without looking like $1,000,000. It's kind of funny, but in fact, one time I had a car accident, and my grandmother, I called her and said, could you come here? And she showed up, and she was in this gorgeous gown with a turban. I'm telling you, even in an emergency, she looked good. She, in her closet, it was color coordinated. She had multiple colors of her day suits, her performance gowns, her dressing gowns. And I think it wasn't just that she liked to set a mood and tell a story with her gowns. It was also a piece of almost like armor that she would put on to when she was performing. It just made her feel like complete. And when she would get ready for a show, it was a 4-hour process with makeup and hair and everything, but the final touch was always what she was wearing. She was also very concerned about lighting. So she brought her own lighting director wherever she went, and she would check out how the gowns look with the lighting. She even had like her own special gels to, diffuse the light, and it had everything to do with setting the mood. So the fashion, the music, it was all part of what she hoped to present to the audience. One thing that's interesting is that when my grandmother would go on the road, she would pack multiple gowns. She didn't know what mood she was going to be in on any particular day. So we had red gowns, black gowns, peach gowns, white gowns, and coats to go over the gowns. She had packing lists of every single thing that needed to be in these big crates that she had custom built. She had a wonderful wardrobe mistress who worked for her named Virginia Bernard. And in fact, we called Virginia the arm, because all you would often see is Virginia's arm walking around with all these gowns hanging. But Virginia would pack these gowns meticulously. These were little like crown jewels in my grandmother's collection. You can see pictures of gowns and think, wow, that's beautiful. But there's nothing quite like seeing it in person and knowing that this was worn by, well, in this case, my grandmother, Peggy Lee, but there's something magical. You can just almost feel the energy from the pieces. And so it really means a great deal to me to be able to share it with people. The idea that some of these things are just at my house or in our storage unit drives me crazy. They're meant to be seen and enjoyed.